Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, my stuff's been acting up today. It's already enough that I'm pissed off, that I'm still pissed off that the internet shut off on me. You know, it shut off on me this morning when I was still giving you guys your WWE and AEW Wednesday morning news. Yeah. You know, when I was about to give out the news on Jamie Noble's last match again. Yeah. And there was more news to it too. But don't worry, all that news is going to be given on your NXT review Thursday morning. My NXT review will be live at 3 a.m. in the morning, Thursday. Yes, I need to get my NXT review done because I know you guys have been waiting on the news on the release of Mandy Rose. I want to give it to you guys. And that is why my NXT review, that's one of the reasons why my NXT review will be live. And another reason why, because Roxanne became the new NXT Women's Champion. Also, Wes Lee seemingly continues his reign as NXT North American Champion. Yeah, man, some stupid shit happened. Our pathetic internet router decided it wants to reset itself. For what reason, I don't know. That or somebody got a hold to our internet. Somebody tried to hack our internet. Somebody had access to our internet somehow, and somehow our router started over. One of the two. I don't know, man. But that pissed me off, dude. That really, really pissed me off. I first started to think my mom was the one that resetted it, but she said it wasn't her. Who was it then? Who was it then? That's what I want to know. Anyways, guys, this is your AEW Dynamite December the 14th, 2022 review. And I want to appreciate everybody for joining. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for all notifications. Hit the thumbs up. Let's get a lot of likes on the stream. No excuses, no complaining, no fussing, nothing. I want likes on the stream right now. Please, I really appreciate it. The links to my Facebook and Instagram accounts are in the description below, as well as my Snapchat account name. Woo, man! I tell you, AEW Dynamite Winter is Coming defiantly delivered tonight. Why did I say last night? Oh, what is wrong with me? AEW Dynamite Winter is Coming. This may be one of the best Dynamite Winter is Comings episodes that Dynamite's ever produced. One of the best episodes that Tony Khan and AEW writers and producers have ever produced, man. You got Tay Conti versus Ruby Soho. We're going to go over that in a bit. You had MJF defending his AEW World Championship against Ricky Starks. You know, we got the vignettes of Jamie Hayter and Shida. We're getting that for next week's episode of Dynamite. Yes, folks, Jamie Hayter will be defending her AEW World Women's Championship against Hikaru Shida for next week's episode of AEW Dynamite. We're getting that 8-man tag team match next week as well. And so much more, guys. So much more for next week's episode of Dynamite. So, we're going to go ahead and get to the AEW Winter is Coming review. I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Everything on the show was spot on good. I didn't see nothing wrong with this show at all. I mean, if you think that AEW Dynamite Winter is Coming didn't deliver, well, you're certainly a fucking blithering fool. And if you think that AEW Dynamite Winter is Coming delivered tonight, then good for you. certainly think it did. I think this episode lived up to its standards, to be honest. I'm not even joking. I think it really lived up to its standards, man. So, first of all, what are y'all's thoughts on AEW Dynamite Winter is Coming tonight? Did you guys enjoy it? You watched it? What did you guys do? Sit on the couch? You guys watch ID? Did you watch a Ring series, or what's that called? What's that freaking series called? Dark Side of the Ring or whatever? You guys watch that? I imagine some of you are still watching Full Gear. Yeah, that was one of the best pay-per-views that AEW's ever produced, man. I mean, wow. I sat there and watched Full Gear. I got to watch Full Gear, by the way. I got to watch it. I didn't get to go live with the watch along, though. That's the sad news. That's the unfortunate news. But it's all good, man. It happens. You know. You don't blame yourself for everything. That's life. Cam, man, I'm doing all right for right now, for the most part. Glad you are here, man, because I know you've probably been waiting on my thoughts on AEW Dynamite Winter is Coming. We're going to get started with the review, man. I'm not going to sit here and waste time because I don't have nothing else to say as of right now. So, because I want to go ahead and get started with the NXT thumbnail as I get done giving you guys your AEW Wednesday night news. I want to make this review. I want to go fast this time because the other day I went slow. So I'm going to go fast now. Just got through smoking a cigar. Came outside from doing that because my blood pressure was going up faster than a cat can scratch a fucking person's face because of the internet going out like a complete, you know what? I'm not even going to say it. I'm just going to keep it like that. The Dynamite opening aired. Then Winter is Coming graphic was shown. Pyro shut off. On the stage, Escalibur, Tony, Siobhan, Taz checked in on commentary from their desk on the stage. Justin Roberts was the ring announcer. Escalibur hyped the AEW Championship match. Chris Jericho was in action against Action Anderson. No relation to Action Bronson, by the way. And then said the AEW Trios match would open the show. The Elite made their entrance to carry on Wayward Son and came out with Don Callis, Brandon Cutler, and Michael Nakazawa. Where has Michael Nakazawa been all this time? I haven't seen him on TV for weeks. I mean, can you tell me he's just now returning from being off TV? Dang, man. My goodness. Well, what do we got over here? A couple of haters? I mean, what is that what Kenny Omega recruited? A couple of haters? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Brandon Cutler, Michael Nakazawa, they were definitely there. You know, it was great to see them back on TV because Don Callis was the reason why Kenny is one of the greatest heels in all AEW. He's part of that reason. But yeah, they were all there, and I'm trying to think what else. Oh, Death Triangle in the ring after the way to the ring. So we got Death Triangle, Pac, Penta, Meido. and with Alex Apprehendes versus the Elite, Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson. With Brandon Cutler and Michael Nakazawa of the best of 7 series for the AEW Trios titles. I predicted that the Elite was going to win, but here I was lying. I lied. Admit I lied. I did lie. I thought the Elite was going to win. They didn't. I went for the Elite. I thought they beat Death Triangle to tie it 2-2, only to find out that Death Triangle defeated Elite, or not tie it, but to make it 3-1. Guys, don't wait, man. This review is just getting started. I'm starting off hot already, man. Starting off hot already. I'm fired up. I'm just getting started, man. Pac was still wearing his shield. Excalibur noted that the titles were not on the line during the match. The series will determine whether the titles will change hands. Pac was isolated early on. He kicked the moment that Omega went for a cover. Nick performed an early dive on Pac at ringside. Nick winced and reached for his ankle, which Taz pointed out on commentary. Nick continued to sell his ankle while standing on the apron. Cutler used the cold spray on Nick's ankle. Now, Nick sat on the ring steps. The trainer checked on his ankle while the match continued in the ring. Death Triangle took offensive control and isolated Matt, heading into a picture-in-picture break. That was the first picture-in-picture break of AEW Dynamite, which is coming, episode 50. Here I am. Here we go, man. I'm getting my shit right, man. Last night I didn't really get my shit right too much. But now, I'm getting better. I'm just now getting better. A graphic listed the Acclaimed appearing. Jack Perry versus Brian Cage and other previously matches were advertised during the picture break. Omega and Matt were actually forced to work without Nick, who was no longer at ringside. Omega was isolated. Nick limped his way back to ringside and took his spot in the corner. Omega tagged in Nick, who threw punches, a clothesline, and performed a cutter. Fenix caught Nick going for a super kick and held his leg. Entered the ring and hit Nick's ankle with the ring bell. While idiot referred referee, or should I say idiot referee, Rick Knox. No, not Rick Boogs. Rick Knox was distracted. As usual, Fenix put Nick in an inverted knee bar and got the win. Death Triangle cheat win again. Not very surprising to me, but whatever. After the match, Fenix was upset about being used again. To the Death Triangle that he had a message he wanted them to hear. Omega said that since Death Triangle keeps on using the hammer, he proposed making the hammer legal. Omega followed up by saying since he's not a hammer guy, they should make all weapons legal. Omega said he's trying, or should I say he's tired, or should I say he tried? Should I say he's tired or he's tried? No. I think I'm better off saying he's tried. He tried playing by their rules, or should I say he's tired? No, I think I should say he's tired better. He's tired of playing by their rules and proposed not having any rules whatsoever. Death Triangle was game. Excalibur said they have to see how Tony Khan feel about it. That was lame for the simple fact that Death Triangle cheated. and never even admit to cheating either. Omega pulled the crowd that said he wasn't permitted to cut the promo. He delivered his usual closing line. Now, I personally, man, my thoughts on this, man, I personally like the call to move the series into deciding matches. The rest of no, not the way, not Austin Theory, Johnny Gargano, Candice Ray, and Dexter Lumis way. No, not the way. Or Indy Hartwell way, not the way, but the actual word. Now, potential deciding games do the best television numbers in sports. I'm pretty sure some of you guys that are listening to me in my AEW Dynamite review, my AEW Dynamite Winter is Coming review, are not even sure if it will be effective in pro wrestling. If only because fans have been conditioned to expect these types of series to go the distance, basically. But it's worth a shot. But screw these awful ring bell hammer finishes and continuing to make the referee looking like an idiot. Let me guess. Nick will sell his ankle being struck by the hammer next week, even though none of the wrestlers who have been hit over the head with hammers seem to have any issue. I mean, that should be no surprise to nobody here. Now, MJF, his backstage promo was compelling and full of venom. He ran down Ricky Starks ahead of the night's main event, which surely infuriated some fans and intensified their desire to see a new absolute world champion. I know I sound like cringe New Day. I know. Not trying to. Now, back to the Elite. The post-match promo from Omega that saw him issue a challenge for a no disqualification match will hopefully freshen things up a bit, but assuming it goes 7. Now, it is going to be a very difficult time to keep things interesting. It really is. Now, this match, going back to the match again, fan of the style or not, man, it felt very obvious that the match was not nearly as good as the first two, with inconsistent selling on the part of Jackson and a sense of been here, done this, hanging over it like a dark cloud. This was full of same nonstop action as its processors. This leaned a little more on an angle injury as Nick Jackson was forced to exit the ringside area by medical officials, by the way. That left his brother Matt and Kenny Omega to battle Penta, El Zero Miedo, and Rey Fenix on their own. Now, there were some notable moments. Pac missed the black arrow, allowing Omega to stay in the fight. That was a noble moment. Another moment was the fact that Nick limped to the ring to the delight of the live audience and received the hot tag. But overall, this match was great. I mean, we saw it twice as nice, and we're going to see it as nice next week for next week's episode of Dynamite. I can't wait to see what performance the Elite and the Death Triangle is going to put now. Is it going to be the same performance from last week, or is it going to be a whole new different performance that's going to take it to a whole new level? We'll have to find out when next week gets here, guys. But anyways, AEW Tag Team Champions, The Acclaimed, Matt Caster, and Anthony Bowens made their entrance with Billy Gunn. Before that, backstage, MJF was interviewed by Alex Marvez. I just gave you guys my thoughts on the MJF promo, but I might just say something different about the promo, since I had already given you guys my thoughts about it. Now, MJF said people were calling this promo star-making performance. MJF said he was a star before he appeared on Dynamite and questioned how long it took to hit a homer. MJF labeled himself a star maker and told Starks, "You're welcome for the rub." MJF mocked Starks' tough unbring and said he didn't care. He said the only thing that matters is whether you are or not the AEW World Champion. MJF said the fans love Starks because their lives suck. Ha 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 ha. Like that was supposed to be funny. Really. Come on, man. You really. MJF said he had it easy growing. He had it easy growing up, and pretty much is better than him. So what MJF says. And then he says everyone on the planet, too. Now, MJF mocked Starks for saying, "Give me a break," during his promo. Something my only favorite podcaster says on his reviews every week. Something I say on my reviews and my watch-alongs. MJF said everyone wants Starks to win the big one. MJF said everyone would find out what happens. What happens when pressure is applied to pepper. He asked if Starks will become a diamond or turn into dust. That's something a Dragon Ball character would say, right? Is that something Frieza himself says? I don't know. I'm just guessing. Now, Caster's rap included lines about Brittany Griner and Elon Musk, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lee, Satnam Singh. Smells like Satnam Singh. Sounds like Satnam Singh. I don't know. I don't know if I want to be near Satnam Singh. I don't think anybody would want to be near Satnam Singh. And John J. Dutt attacked the trio from behind. Jarrett eventually slammed his guitar over the head of Caster. Jarrett took the mic, asked if they had the Acclaim's attention now. Well, they certainly did, because one of the guys in the ring, you never guess with what one of the guys in the ring said. They said, "Hey, you little." That's what they said. "Why don't you scissor this? Slap nuts," Jarrett said before tossing one of the tag titles onto Caster. Lethal picked up the belts and handed one to Jarrett, and then all of the heels posed with the belts. Excalibur highlights of Claudio Castagnoli being to win the Ring of Honor World Championship at the final battle. Oh my God. This woman got a fine. I just seen her on TV. She looked fine as hell, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. She looked good in them jeans, I'll tell you that. Anyways, get your money on the gutter, IWN. Anyway, Siobhan interviewed the Jericho Appreciation Society backstage. Jericho said he would take out his frustration one later in the show as a tune-up for his rematch with Castagnoli. Siobhan noted that Daniel Garcia lost the Ring of Honor Pure Rules Championship. Jericho said Garcia never should have lost to Wheeler Yuta. Jericho said it's okay. He said Garcia needs a little more mentorship. Jericho told Garcia to shadow his elder Sammy Guevara. I guess, his heel self. Jericho Appreciation Society wanted Guevara, not the babyface Sammy Guevara. Garcia looked annoyed. Garcia cut a promo about facing Jon Moxley on AEW Rampage. We got Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus Prince Nana. Sounds like an African name. Highlights aired of Perry being chokeslammed onto the ring apron during the Battle Royal last week. Perry sold his neck during entrances, and when the match got underway, Cage was dominant to start the match, and as they went to a picture-in-picture break. Now, Cage set up for a powerbomb, but Perry countered into a roll-up for a near fall. Cage came back with a clothesline that turned Perry inside out. Cage set up for his finisher, but Perry countered into a destroyer for a near fall. Perry applied the snare trap, but another referee was distracted by Nana standing on the apron. Perry released the hold, went after Nana. The referee stopped him. Cage tried to clothesline Perry. He ducked, and then chasing, or should I say causing, Cage to knock Nana off the apron. Jungle Boy Jack Perry rolled up Cage and pinned him, which is exactly what I predicted was going to happen. I said, I got this weird, I said on Watch Along, on my AEW Dynamite Winter's Coming Watch Along, that I had this feeling that Jungle Boy was going to roll up Brian Cage for the 1, 2, 3. Sure enough, here I am, right again. Sure enough, it happened. After the match, Perry got a mic and said he beat Luchasaurus at Full Gear and just beat Cage. Perry said, the one reason why he beat Cage because he rolled him up for 1, 2, 3. I mean, he didn't really beat clean, but it is what it is. Perry said he wanted the biggest of them all. Perry called out Big Bill, a.k.a. Marcy. Stokely Holloway came out, used his festivity line. Ooh, see, here we go. Anyways, Holloway threatened to give Perry the back of his hand and called him a child. Whoa. He called Perry a child? It doesn't even look like a child. It looks like a grown-ass man to me. Perry left the ring to go after Holloway. Lee Mariani and Big Bill ran out and attacked him. The heels brought Perry to the ring. Big Bill chokeslammed Perry. Hook's entrance music played. He walked to the ring, dressed in street clothes. The heels fled the ring despite having the numbers advantage, with Perry still lying on the mat. Hook offered his hand to Perry and then helped him to his feet. Now, I said it on the watch along. I think this is setting up for a Hook Jungle Boy feud for the FTW Championship. I think this is signifying a Hook heel turn. I hope to God it is. Hook needs to go back to being a heel because he's better off as a heel than he is as a face, as a baby face. I'm telling you right now. You imagine Hook going back to being a heel? You know what that would do for Hook's career? Because I can't see a babyface Hook being booked against a babyface Jungle Boy for the AEW FTW Championship. No, that doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. It makes sense to have them turn Hook heel and we get heel Hook versus babyface Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Now, backstage, Jon Moxley delivered a promo. And by the way, fuck the firm. The firm needs to get off TV. They suck. They really do. I'm not even kidding. Jon Moxley delivered a promo while Claudio Castagnoli and Willie Uta stood behind him, holding the Ring of Honor Championship and Ring of Honor Pure Championship belts. Moxley spoke about Castagnoli and Uta winning at Final Battle. Don't forget, guys, I was live at the watch along. I seen the match. It was wild. It was crazy. I mean, it wasn't the greatest, but it was the best. matches on the pay-per-view. I was also live with my NXT Deadline and Ring of Honor Final Battle reviews combined. If you guys missed my Ring of Honor Final Battle and NXT Deadline reviews combined, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. You can give me a shout out anytime you want to now. I'm just saying to the wrestling YouTube content creators that love what I do here on the IWN YouTube channel. Now, anyways, while he choked out Konosuke on Rampage, Moxley said it was a small sample of what they can do. Moxley mentioned 2023. Castagnoli said they were putting everybody on notice, regardless of where they wanted to pick a fight. So I'm guessing they were putting the heels on notice. That's what I'm guessing. Yoda said that if you want to achieve greatness, you have to fight like you're already dead. Yoda said he's already in the mood. He's already in the mode. John Moxley said Sammy Guevara is a gutsy kid. Moxley said he would stomp his face into a bloody mess and leave him for dead on Rampage. Moxley also told Adam Heyman Page that he knows where to find him and said that he could bring his little Dark Order buddies too. Escalabar hype that the House of Black were up next. Guys, let me know if you're glad to see House of Black back on television or not. I know I am. Really. AEW Dynamite was in need of House of Black. They were in need of them. So, a video package aired on Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. Smells like Keith Lee. Looks like Keith Lee. Sounds like Keith Lee. Keith Lee smell good or bad? I don't know. Strickland said they are no friends. Strickland said he has no friends or family in the industry. He said he has athletes. I guess he has affiliates and would see him soon. That's what he said. House of Blacks, Malakai Black, Brody King, and Buddy Murphy with Julia Hart at ringside went up against the Factory's QT Marshall, Aaron Solo, and Cole Carter with Nick Camarado and Lee Johnson at ringside. Of course, the Factory lost. But before the match, Camarado got in Hart's face, tossed his toothpick. Hart responded by spraying mist into the face of Camarado. Now, House of Black attacked the Factory members once the bell rang. All hell was about to break loose. No, or at least it didn't, because House of Black, they completely destroyed the Factory, annihilated the Factory, man. This was basically a squash match. The Factory basically got buried again. Black dropped Marshall with his spinning kick and pinned him. That was it. That was it. And I will say, a dominant win for House of Black, who are likely being set up to be next challengers for the team that wins the best of 7 series for the AEW Trios titles, which will absolutely be the Elite, because once the Elite wins the 7 series and becomes the new AEW Trios Tag Team Champions, well, they'll be 2-time AEW Trios Tag Team Champions. Once they do, Pac is going to turn on Ray Fenix and Penta. Either that's going to happen, or Pac and Penta is going to turn on Ray Fenix. And that's going to start the Death Triangle breakup storyline. Well, obviously, to me, it's already started, in my honest opinion. So, backstage, Renee Young interviewed Britt Baker. Before I go over this, I just want to let you guys know, just want to remind you guys that A video package aired to set up Jamie Hayter versus Rashida for the AEW World Women's Championship on next week's AEW Dynamite. Now we can go over it. It's hour 2 of AEW Dynamite. Renee Young interviewed Britt Baker, who was accompanied by Rebuild. Sky Blue showed up, interrupted Baker. Blue said Baker is good at talking, just like Sky Blue is good at selling moves and getting buried and wasted on TV, as if she doesn't realize that already. And question if she would wrestle as well as she runs her mouth. I was thinking as well as Sky Blue getting her ass beat every week. I don't know, man. Blue challenged Baker to face her in the match on Rampage. Baker agreed to the match. Moxley and Guevara set up their Rampage match with mic work. Now Britt Baker and Blue did the same. And I'm pretty sure you guys are seeing it as baby steps like I am. In that, while neither match received the strongest of builds, it's better than just throwing those matches on Rampage with no build. But you need build, to be honest. It's good to have build. It's not good to not have build. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's going into a pay-per-view that is set to happen in, what, 3-4 weeks? I don't know. That's just the way I'm looking at it, to be honest. But the House of Black, let's go back to the House of Black. The House of Black being introduced was a phenomenal reintroduction. House of Black looked like the unstoppable force it should have been from the beginning. Black, as you guys know, patiently observing the destruction caused by his teammates, delivering the final blow was easily the best part of the entire ordeal. You gotta admit, you'd love to hear it, man. Reminiscent of Raven in his WCW days with the Flock. Hey, I'm on the block, man. I'm a WWE fan. Yeah. That is not by any means a bad thing, though. Seriously. It was really good, man. I loved it. Hart smirk. Speaking of top moments, Hart smirk just before blinding Camarado was a great bit of character work, and hopefully something she has the opportunity to continue developing, because that was great. That was really, really, really great, man. And then Blue suggested Baker is a better talker than wrestler. Oh, man, I'm not even going to say it. I said it earlier. I'm not going to say it again, man. Which is just astonishing, given the fact that the Dennis is a former women's champion and has beaten just about every other woman in that division, every other woman in that division, on that roster. So we got Chris Jericho versus Chris Jericho made his entrance to Julius. Well, his opponent in the ring had no entrance whatsoever. I feel bad for him, dude. Action Anderson deserved an intro and an entrance, man. He deserved it. Well, nonetheless, anyway, Jericho flipped off the light crowd prior to the match and then slapped Andrade twice. Andrade returned the favor by slapping Jericho. I was thinking it was Action Anderson, but come to find out it's Action Andrade. Okay. I didn't know that, but okay. But Andrade returned the favor by slapping Jericho, who then beat him down in the corner to start the match. Andrade rallied by taking Jericho down with fake head scissors and then performed a springboard move that actually resulted in a 1 count. Jericho clotheslined Andretti. Let's go, jobber, chants. Oh, man, I think they were saying that to Action. Jericho hit the breaker and covered Andretti. He only got a 2 count. Jericho looked stunned, heading into a pitcher-in-pitcher break. Jericho remained on the offensive while the crowd continued to chant in support of the other. The fans came to when Andretti showed signs of life. Now, Jericho put him down and then trolled the crowd by cupping his ear. Andretti came back with a couple of clotheslines and then performed a backbreaker into a neckbreaker. Andretti performed a split leg moonsault. Jericho put his knees up. Jericho went for the Judas effect. Andretti rolled him up for a 2 count. Andretti hit Jericho with a springboard kick and then clotheslined him to ringside. Then Andretti performed springboard moonsault and then rolled Jericho back inside the ring while the crowd chanted. This is what the crowd chanted. They chanted, "Holy!" Yeah, I think you guys get it. Andretti went for a springboard move. Jericho caught him and set up for a code breaker. But Andretti countered it to a pin for a near fall. Jericho caught Andretti going for another move and tried to slam him. Andretti countered into a takedown. Andretti performed a standing shooting star press and then pinned Jericho clean. That shocked Jericho. That was the biggest upset of Jericho's career. My goodness, that was great. The live crowd went from having fun with Andretti getting same early offense to really rallying behind him. Jericho acting so dismissive of his opponent during his promo had everybody assuming that he was going to give up a lot of offense. It didn't expect to see him actually take the pin. Well, my, as Lieutenant Joe Kendall likes to say on ID. ID's Homicide Hunter. Now, Ricky Starks delivered a promo on the backstage interview set. He said he woke up this morning smiling, the Lone Star air, knowing that he is the man. Stark said he finally gets his shot at the AEW Championship, which he actually lost, which MJF retained. We're going to go over that match here in a few. But it feels it's fitting that it's happening in his yard. And then he says he spoke about having his neck broken and grinding. He said MJF calling last week Star making performance was nothing new for him. Stark said no one cares about MJF calling himself a ratings draw. They care about him stomping MJF's. I'm just going to say MJF's. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Stark said he has a lot riding on it. He didn't know what it's like to have people supporting him. Stark said he would prove to him and everyone else that he's the coldest and stylish they've ever seen. A video package recapped the double dog collar match from Final Battle. That was easily match of the year. At first, I thought I wasn't going to like it, but then I started liking it the more I watched it. FTR spoke about being attacked by Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn afterward. Said that if they wanted their attention, now they have it. And then Chris Jericho shown throwing a tantrum in the backstage area. That was the funniest thing I've seen on Dynamite this week, man. Remember on my watch along, guys, we were laughing at Chris Jericho having a tantrum. Oh my goodness, man. That was the funniest thing I've seen all day. Man, that was funny. Oh, man. Makes me laugh. Makes me want to sound like a dolphin laughing. Separate shots aired of Ricky Starks warming up while MJF texted on his phone while getting a message. I wonder what that message is. Mystery clues there, man. We got a case to solve. I'm just kidding. We got Ruby Soho versus Melo. Sammy Guevara came out with Melo and kissed her on the stage. Excuse me? Excuse me? What? Hold on. He came out with his real life girlfriend and kissed her on the stage. On the stage, man. Bonus me! Goodness gracious. I don't know. I don't know how to react to that one. I think the crowd knew how to react to that more than me. I don't know. But he did not accompany her to ringside. Melo kicked Soho as she tried to enter the ring. Soho and Melo fought at ringside. Melo ran Soho into the ring steps. Once they were in the ring, the referee checked on Soho before calling for the bell. Melo tried to leave the ring. Soho called to her and set up for her finisher on the stage. Man, that had to hurt. Melo avoided it, put Soho down with a DDT on the ramp heading into a picture-in-picture break. That was, I guess, Melo's way of getting revenge on Ruby Soho for returning and getting her from behind, hitting the destination. Oh, no. The broadcast team continued to play up Melo, being responsible for the nose injury that sidelined Soho. In the end, Soho slammed Melo's face into the mat with a destination unknown. Scored the pin. I said it like 2 times already. Legitimately. After the match, Anna Jay came out and attacked Soho from behind. Jay threw punches at Soho and then checked on Melo. Ooh, I got a marshmallow, man. I'm getting ready to eat it right now. I wonder if Sammy Guevara calls his wife Jello. Oh, man, probably does. I don't know. Who told her to go after Soho? Jay picked up Soho in backpack position. I got stacks of cash, man, in that position. And then slammed her face first to the mat. Backstage, Alex Marvez said he's hoping to get a medical update on Hangman Page. I was hoping to get a Band-Aid. Nah. No Band-Aid, man. I ain't got no scratches, no blood, no nothing, man. They was hoping to get a medical update on Hangman Page, who had his head run into the ring post on Rampage. Page said he would find the state that he never gave in October. He recalled lying face down on the mat while snoring for 6 seconds. I'm pretty sure nobody would want to see somebody snoring because they would probably be doing this or sound like crickets at night. I don't know. But nobody wants to see on the Drizzy snoring like Snorlax in the bed. No. Now he recalled being asked questions by the EMTS. He said he started to get some right. Page said the EMTS told him he had a lot of messages and had to unlock his phone. They saw a picture of his son. Said I hate saying this word cute, but that's what he said. He said he saw the picture of his son saying he was cute and asked his name. Page got emotional as he said he didn't know his son's name for a full hour. Man, that's lame. That ain't the same as playing a video game on TV. That ain't the same as getting fame. You know, fame and fortune and money and jewelry. You know what I mean? But he said he's been to hell. He said if Moxley wants to fight him on Friday, he knows where the ring is and will fight him. Page said that if Moxley is going to tempt him to go back to hell, then he'll take his ASS with him. Man, you hear that? What about you, Kim? You hear that too? Man, oh man, it sounds to me like this freaking rivalry is personal, bro. Get your mind out of the gutter, man. Stop sucking on the lollipop. Escalade hyped the following matches for Rampage: Jon Moxley versus Sammy Guevara, Sky Blue versus Britt Baker, and Wardlow in action. Dustin Rhodes stood with Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor, and Dan Housen. Dan Housen's not cringe. That's what the geeks online say, but he's really not. Rhodes spoke about facing the Butcher, the Blade, Kip Sabian, and Trent Seven in his hometown on Rampage. Escalade Bar hyped the following matches for next week's Dynamite: Jamie Hayter versus Kushida for the AEW World Women's Championship. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be great. FTR versus Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn. Let me Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn. I'm pretty sure you hear it on TV every week. They are the boys. No, wait. I wasn't. I don't think I got it quite right. They are the boys. Also, Death Triangle's Pac, Penta, and Rey Fenix versus the Elite. The Elites, Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, and a no DQ match in the 5th match of the best of 7 series for the AEW World's titles. This is like a fucking tournament, man. I don't know. It just feels like that for some reason. Escalade hyped the remaining Death Triangle versus Elite matches, which all have different match stipulations. Entrances for the main event took place. I wish I had an image of that where I can show you guys. We got MJF defending his AEW World Championship against Ricky Starks in what was easily one of the best matches on the show. Or should I say the only best match on the show? Justin Roberts delivered in-ring introductions for the title match. MJF walked over and shoved his belt in the face of Starks, who had to be held back by the referee. The bell rang to start the match, and the wrestlers had a stare down while Escalade. Anyways, they had a stare down while Escalade started hyping upcoming. I thought I had a bell ring on my freaking instant, but I don't, I guess. MJF knocked Starks down with an elbow. MJF followed up by strutting after walking over Starks. Moments later, Starks knocked MJF out the ring with a shoulder tackle, then struck his pole, went to the ground, tossed the fans popcorn. Escalade said, Tony Khan, no relation to Khan. No relation to Sam Khan. No, I'm just kidding, man. Tony Khan just told him that match 6 of Death Triangle versus the Elite 8 Falls Count Anywhere match. And the last match would be I can't pronounce it. I can't pronounce it, man. It looks like a freaking Hispanic word. Escara de la Muerte? What? Huh? I don't understand that. Now, both of these matches were listed on the graphic they showed coming out of the break. They need to focus on the world title match instead of cramming in all these show and match announcements. To be honest, they really do. I'm not kidding. Focus on the world match. AEW. Starks dove at MJF, who picked him up and dropped him on the top rope. Starks took a tumble to ringside, heading into the final picture-in-picture break of the evening. MJF had Starks in an abdominal stretch coming out of the break. Escalibur recalled the injuries that Starks battled throughout the eliminated tournament. You know, the eliminated tournament that he won. Starks escaped the hold, then hit a of offense on MJF that included a lariat. Starks hit a sit-out powerbomb for a new fall. Referee put his gloves on. MJF battled back, targeted the left arm of Starks, avoided Starks' finisher. Starks held the tights while going for a pin, but Starks still kicked out. MJF powerbombed Starks onto his knee, covered him for a near fall. This is awesome, chance, bro. MJF taunted Starks with some light slaps to the face. Them light slaps to the face was pretty painful, I'm sure. Starks fired back with a hard slap. The wrestlers traded punches. MJF poked the eyes of Starks. I know that's gotta hurt. That is something that hurt regardless. Moments later, Starks speared MJF, but he came up, hold his left arm after performing the move. But then Starks cradled over, draped his arm over MJF, who then countered it to his salt of the earth armbar. Starks reached for the ropes. MJF put up grapevine. Starks nearly reached the ropes with his hand. MJF hooked the arm. And then Starks nearly reached the ropes with his foot. MJF hooked the leg. Starks finally used his free foot to touch the bottom rope to break the hold in a fun spot. A short time later, Starks caught MJF with a super kick. Starks went for his finisher. MJF escaped, then put the referee in front of him. When Starks moved the referee out of the way, MJF kicked Starks in the balls. MJF put Starks in an inside cradle and scored the pin. Now, after the match, MJF headed up the stage. Once he headed up the stage, he stopped when Bryan Danielson's entrance music played. Danielson came out, chased MJF to ringside. MJF hoped the barricade and ran up the steps. When Danielson came, he actually hopped the barricade and actually ran up steps. Oh man, it was really funny. Danielson pointed at MJF, who held up his title belt in the crowd. Danielson held Starks to his feet and then raised his arm while Excalibur hyped segments for Rampage Dynamite to close the show. This was a great main event. The crowd was generous with the awesome chants because there were some clunky moments. I tell you that. There were definitely some of those, but there was more good than bad, at least. The finish was strong in that it works for MJF's cheating heel character while also letting Starks save face. Obviously, Danielson appears to be next in line, but the match finish was done in a way that will let them revisit MJF versus Starks whenever they choose. Now, overall, there were some frustrating. Now, I did like the overall show, man. AEW did a better job of playing up the main event, mainly, essentially throughout the night. Jericho taking the upset loss was really, really, really good. It was also encouraging to see the company try to set up the Rampage matches rather than just announcing them without any story. They provided even a tease for Adam Heyman Page showing up to Moxley on Friday night. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like that is going to do it for your AEW Dynamite December 14th, 2020 review. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up. Let's get a lot of likes on the stream. I'm going to go over the chat, see what everybody has to say here. If I take a break. Let's see. We're going to start with Cam. He says, yeah, bro, I was wondering what happened this morning. But oh, it's good, man. Doing a good job. Yeah, thank you, Cam. I really appreciate it, man. Yeah, I got so pissed off. I was still, it was 5-something in the morning. I was still up and the internet went out. I don't know what the internet was doing. I didn't understand. It made me so mad, dude. Like, I was still trying to give out everybody their WWE and AEW Wednesday morning news, and just the internet just suddenly, the network just suddenly just went red. That was weird. It's almost like somebody shut off the router on purpose. Yeah, I got some sleep, Cam. I did. Excellent Dynamite. Yes, indeed it was, Andy. He says. That's what he says. The Clone 97, man. Long time no see, man. How you been? He says, hey there. IWN, hey there. Celebrating my birthday tonight with a fantastic AEW Dynamite show. Oh, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, the Clone 97. He says, big props to the Garland, Texas crowd tonight. They made AEW Dynamite more epic. Yeah, they're better than the Thunderdome crowd. The Thunderdome crowd. Oh my God, they were terrible. You remember when WWE had the Thunderdome? Man, the crowd sounds so bad. Like, really. They really did. It was not even fun. All right, guys. I'm going to take a 2-3 minute break. I'll be right back. When I come back, I'm going to give you guys your AEW Wednesday night news. And then I am going to end the stream from there. I'm going to get ready to schedule my NXT review, which will be at 3 a.m. I'm still going to be up. I'm not going to bed yet. Not until I finish my NXT review. Because I didn't get to do it Wednesday. Because I got up late. Plus, I was tired. I worked this Monday and Tuesday. I was really tired, man. My body was just completely drained out. Like, really, it was. Not even kidding. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for joining me for my AEW Dynamite review. If you guys want to hear your WWE and AEW Wednesday night news, then you should stick around. Because that's coming up next on the IWN YouTube channel. I will be back in 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to put on some more Christmas music for you guys. I'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back from break. It is officially time for me to give you guys your AEW Wednesday night news. Now, as always, we're going to start with your WWE Wednesday morning, or Wednesday night news. Again, we're going to start with your WWE Wednesday night news. We got a lot of news on LA Knight to go over. Now, apparently, Knight says that the Max DUPRI gimmick didn't fit. And I absolutely agree. Even I think that it didn't fit him. LA Knight has become one of the rising stars of the SmackDown brand. His charismatic personality and in-ring prowess make him a potential blue chip prospect with huge potential. However, LA Knight was completely surprised by the new gimmick he received upon his main roster arrival by Vince McMahon, which Vince McMahon, who I'm glad has retired from WWE, he should have been done retired as chairman 15 years ago. LA Knight captivated the audience back in WWE's developmental territory. NXT, the top star of the former Black and Gold brand, made an impressive mark in the brand and competed against the likes of Cameron Grimes and Grayson Waller, which led to him being called up to the main roster in May of 2022. The former NXT superstar, however, was given a completely new persona and debuted under his new ring name, Max DUPRI, a narcissist manager handling maximum male models faction, being a complete overhaul of his previous gimmick. LA Knight recently revealed his reaction to the change during an interview with Yahoo Entertainment. He says here, and I quote, "So now here comes this other character being introduced. And so far, for those people, it was like, wait, what is this? When you look at the numbers of a SmackDown audience for a large swath of those people, they are seeing me for the first time." It goes on to say, "So I could have been Joe Smo for all it matters. In a strange sense, that would have actually worked just because 3/4 of that audience is seeing me for the first time, regardless of who I am. At the same time, though, I think there is a matter of the shoe fitting and not. I will make any character work, but when it down to it, there was one that was way more me than the other one." End quote, says LA Knight. Now, LA Knight has got his original character back, courtesy of the new management led by WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H. Thank God. He is currently involved in a feud with Bray Wyatt, which could further lead to a mega showdown between the two superstars. SmackDown. I don't miss the Max DUPRI character. I thought it was awful. I thought it did not fit LA Knight at all. I'm glad that Triple H was able to give LA Knight his original gimmick, because his original gimmick was better than the Max DUPRI gimmick. I'm telling you right now. There's some more news on LA Knight. Now, LA Knight was asked to share his thoughts on working with Bray Wyatt. Knight made it clear that working with the former Universal Champion is a unique challenge. He made that clear to Yahoo Entertainment when speaking to them again. He was still speaking to him. But essentially, and I quote, "Working with Wyatt is a unique challenge in the sense that you've got to diametrically opposed person. Then says you have two very different approaches to what we do, and in a strange way, it almost brings together a beautiful symphony to speak it. Just because of the contrasting way we do things. At the same time, he goes on to say those contrasting pieces can mesh together into something that's pretty creatively satisfying, and so far, so good. End quote. Bray Wyatt was also spotted having a strange conversation during SmackDown last week. Not to wait to see how LA Knight and Bray Wyatt's feud will progress in the coming weeks. Needless to say, fans are very invested in what they are seeing so far. What is y'all's take on what LA Knight said? Let me know in the live chat. Now, your next WWE Wednesday Night News that I have for you guys is on Triple H. I'm not joking, not making that up. This is not K5 news. This is not fake news. This is legit. Now, apparently, Triple H underwhelmed. He was underwhelmed by talent he rehired since taking over WWE Creative. Now, I'm not sure why he would be like that, but I think I might have the answers to that question. I may actually have the answer to that question, folks. Let me go ahead and find that freaking article. Where is it? I can find it. Getting on my nerves, man. What's going on here? Where is it? No, man, this is not the article, man. No. This is not it. This is not the article, man. Oh, man. Oh, there it is. So WWE has become a completely different entity ever since former WWE chairman, CEO Vince McMahon decided to take voluntary retirement. Now listen to this, guys. Amidst various hush money and sexual allegations, scandals, while the television programming and development of stars have been significant, there is a new report that says otherwise. Ooh. That's what the kids would say if they hear that. Vince McMahon became a pioneer in making WWE the global juggernaut it is today. However, after he dropped the ball and went home. His daughter, Stephanie McMahon, and WWE President Nick Khan took over the company as co-CEOs, with Triple H taking the reins as head of creative, a position closely held by Vince himself. Triple H took it upon himself to rehire a lot of people after taking control of WWE talent that his father-in-law previously released. Now, the new WWE management made makeshift changes in their product in terms of improving talent, or should I say television product, storylines, better growth, opportunities for prospects, a return of top superstars, let go Braun Strowman, according to a report by WrestleVotes on Twitter, some of those stars brought back the rehiring wave have underperformed since their return and have not matched up to Triple H's expectations. It says here, and I quote, "I'm told a handful of talent," says WrestleVotes, brought back in the rehiring wave over the summer have underperformed and severely overwhelmed Triple H and others since returning. Triple H has slightly praised for his strategies and efforts to make WWE a better product, rightfully so. However, with this recent report, it seems like some of the rehired superstars might be on their way out once again due to failing to deliver the expectations of the game. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, my goodness, man. You guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? Let me read that to you again. This is something everybody needs to keep a close eye on, including my only favorite podcaster in the entire IWC. It seems like some of the rehired superstars may be on their way out again due to failing to deliver to the expectations of the game. That doesn't sound good at all. That's bad. That's bad news for some of the talent. And they might be, in particular, he might be talking about, I hope to God he's talking about stupid Braun Strowman. I hope he is. I hope he's one of them. Nobody wants to see Braun Strowman on TV. Braun Strowman is god-awful in the ring. I don't know why you would bring somebody like that back to the company. He's doing nothing. He's done nothing for the SmackDown men's division. He's done nothing to elevate that division. He's done nothing to put over talent. I mean, Jesus Christ, man! He went to Twitter and called high flyers flippy floppers. Really? Goes to show you how much of a blithering idiot that guy is. Clearly. Now, do you guys think some of the rehired superstars have indeed underperformed? Let me know. Now, we got some WWE news on Edge. It's not really that serious, but I figured some of you all would want to have a listen to this. So, Edge assisted Apollo Crews with his promos over FaceTime. So, this week's out of character with that freaking clown, Ryan Satin. So, guest Apollo Crews speak about how Edge guided his promos during COVID-19 through FaceTime. Crews described all the emotions he felt the moment he was approached by the Rated R superstar. Says here, and I quote, "I remember working with Edge during the pandemic. He had contacted a few of us. I opened my Twitter and I'm like, Edge had slid in my DM," says Apollo Crews. And then he goes on to say, I'm like, oh snap. I was like, no way. This is not real. He just mentioned that he wanted to while he was injured with his triceps injury. He was talking about helping some of the younger guys with promos. So I was like, man, here's an opportunity. Extremely uncomfortable. He's talking about FaceTiming him once a week. I'm like, man, I hate FaceTime. I hate even talking on the phone, right? He questioned that. Then he said, oh, I was like, here's a man who's taking his time to help me get better and advance in my career. So I have to do this, right? Questioned that. And he said, I have to do it. End quote. Crews was astonished by the Rated R superstar giving an in-depth approach to his promos. Crews recalled how he would send Edge 8-10 promos a day and have the WWE Hall of Famer take pleasure in picking at each promo, piece by piece. He continues on and says, so we'd be on FaceTime like once a week, and he was literally criticizing, giving me advice. I'd send him like promo after promo. I mean, like up to like 8 to 10 promos a day, and he watched each and every one of them and be like, okay, I like what you did in the first one. Why don't you do what you did in the third one here? This part, you should try that in this first one. right here. But don't do this. He was like literally watching each one and breaking them down and breaking them down. Apollo Crews then expressed his gratitude for not only getting the opportunity to have the Rated R Superstar play a huge role in his new persona, but to be able to go out there and kill it. He stated that it would be foolish for anyone to let this opportunity pass them by. He says, I remember after I did the first promo I had when I started the Nigerian character, and I think I was still talking in my normal accent, and it was like a 2 or 3 minute promo the first time I was out there. I came back, he just gave me a hug. He just was so impressed. So please, just generally happy that I went out there and just did that, because it was really the first time I had been tested like that to go out there and talk. I've seen the work that we had done, kind of, I don't want to say a final product, but here's a product of everything that he had helped me with. I think he was generally happy to see me not only get that opportunity, but to go out there and just kill it. Then Apollo Crews goes on to say, I have nothing but great things to say about him. And I'm very grateful that he reached out and wanted to help, not just me, but some of the other guys advance and just be better. You have someone like that who's done everything here, and here is reaching out to us to kind of pass some of the game along. How do you pass up on that opportunity? You'd be a fool if you didn't take that opportunity right. End quote. Apollo Crews made his return to NXT earlier this year, dropping his Nigerian Brent's gimmick. He was unable to beat Baron. He was unable to beat Braun Breaker. I was going to say Baron Corbin. Braun Breaker for the NXT title. But his story is far from finished. It seems he is not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. What's y'all's take on Apollo Crews getting help with Rated R Superstar? Now, we go from moving on to that to the news on MVP. Those of you guys that know MVP, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard of MVP. Well, MVP, I don't think you guys know this, but he undergoes MIR for his shoulder. Vontavious Porter, more commonly known as MVP, has emerged to become one of the most exciting managers for WWE today. MVP has proven to be an asset for the company and a driving force for younger stars to ascend to the next level, says Ringside News. I didn't say this, they did. Recently, he underwent a MIR for a somewhat injury to his shoulder. Now, the former WWE United States champion made his return to WWE as a surprise entry into the 2020 Royal Rumble match. He debuted back in WWE back in 2006. MVP debuted in WWE back in 2006 with his signing hyped for weeks and introducing him as the franchise player. He was improved. He was impressive during his first WWE run, winning multiple titles, feuding with major stars like Kane, Mr. Kennedy, and Matt Hardy. However, he was released from his contract in 2010. So since making his return as a surprise entrant into the 2020 Royal Rumble match, since then he has been wrestling occasionally and serving as a top-notch manager to younger superstars. Now, most notably, the Hurt Business. MVP recently posted on Instagram stating that he got an MIR done for a potential shoulder injury. You guys know what I mean. He got an MIR for a potential shoulder injury and claiming that injuries are a part of the business. It says here, and I quote, "Morning MIR on my shoulder. Gladiator. I'm a manager. a business partner, but get my hands dirty. And sometimes injuries are part of the game. Let's see how this morning progresses. End quote. MVP has been accomplished athlete in WWE, winning 2 United States and 1 tag team championships during his career. He is currently serving as the manager for the Colossal Omos in an attempt to put him over as the next big man of the company. Do you guys think that MVP is an excellent manager? Let me know. Got some news on Cody Rhodes. So apparently he's the huge favorite to be the world champion by the end of 2023. This doesn't surprise me at all. Now, Cody Rhodes became one of the absolute highlights of WWE television after he came back to the company at WrestleMania 38. His feud with Seth freaking Rollins further elevated him and established Rhodes as a massive star in WWE. In fact, despite his absence, he still has a very active fan base and gets tons of support in general. Now, he seems Rhodes has good odds to become a world champion by the end of next year. The American Nightmare had a lot of momentum in his favor. He has been absent since Hell in a Cell because of a torn pectoral muscle. Cody Rhodes underwent surgery for his injury, has been working hard rehabbing his injury afterwards. BetOnline released quite a few betting odds for top WWE superstars eventually becoming a world champion by the end of next year. More notably, the WWE and or the Universal Champion. Cody Rhodes has a 2/1 chance of becoming a champion once 2023 ends. Roman Reigns has a 3/2, 150 becoming a WWE champion. Has 2/1, Sting has 5/2 plus 250. Bray Wyatt has 5/1, Drew McIntyre has the same. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins have the same as well. End quote. Cody Rhodes was also looking very jacked in a recent photo amidst his absence. Cody Rhodes hinted at making his return during the Royal Rumble match next year. Now, guys, this week I said that Cody Rhodes needs to come back and win the Royal Rumble, because then that would start the Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns feud, going all the way from that to WrestleMania 39. Then we can get Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 39, night 1. You have Roman Reigns lose and drop the title, drop the WWE Championship to Cody Rhodes, and then WrestleMania 39, night 2, have Roman Reigns beat The Rock. So that way, Roman Reigns can have a loss and a win. It's safe to say Roman Reigns is going to have 2 matches, and those 2 matches are going to be the matches that Roman Reigns is going to be performing in at WrestleMania 39. Now, we'll have to see if he will end up beating Roman Reigns for the world title next year, which he will. Duh. Says Ringside News. That's what they say. Cody Rhodes will end up beating Roman Reigns for the title. Like I said, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship needs to happen for WrestleMania 39, night 1. Roman versus Rock needs to happen for WrestleMania 39, night 2. I think that's the way to go about it, as far as Roman Reigns matches go. I can't see Roman Reigns going to Hollywood after WrestleMania. I could see him signing a full-time deal with WWE. There's more matches I want to see Roman Reigns in. There's more matches I want to see Roman Reigns in, man. I'm telling you. There's even more matches I want to see Cody Rhodes in. It'd be great, man. I can't wait for WrestleMania 39 next year. I can't wait. It's going to be great. It's only one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. One of the greatest WrestleManias in WWE modern day era. It's going to be the greatest WrestleMania in the history of the business. What's y'all's take on Cody Rhodes being the huge favorite to be world champion by the end of 2023? Let me know. Now, we got some more news on MVP. It's not really that serious, but he destroys fans for dragging him over getting arrested. Now, I think this to me is kayfabe. I think this has to do with a storyline previously that happened on Monday Night Raw. Maybe. I don't know. But it says MVP has remained one of the most dependable superstars in WWE history. Former United States champion has accomplished a lot in his pro wrestling career. Most importantly, he is a man of integrity and knows when he did something wrong. MVP spent some time in jail in the past. Oh. Also that, so that's actually real. It's not kayfabe. Okay. A fan decided to drag him for that. Naturally, MVP decided to blast the fan in a huge way. He also had a difficult he had a difficult upbringing and often got in trouble with the law. In fact, MVP spent 6 months in a juvenile detention center after a robbery. He later completed 9.5 years of an 18 5-year prison sentence for armed robbery kidnapping, which began at the age of 16. A fan took to Twitter and reacted to a story of MVP wanting Omos to be world champion. It's clear he thinks it's a stupid idea. I mean, I agree. Nobody wants to see Omos on television. Period. Get him out. Get him out. Really. MVP proceeded to roast the fan for his reply. It says here, and I quote, "No, no, no, never, no. Stupid effing idiot. I imagine you are an expert on things. Your life would attest to that." And then the fan dragged the MVP for his jail time. Unsurprisingly, MVP absolutely smashed the fan by making it clear where they stand. He said, and I quote, "I forgot which one of us has been to jail and which one of us is an internationally known future Hall of Famer wrestling star who's made more money than you could if you had 2 lifetimes." End quote. MVP also recently underwent an MRL for his shoulder. He is currently serving as the manager for the Colossal Omos in an attempt to put him over as the next big man of the company. I could have sworn I've already said that, but we'll have to see how Omos will be booked in the coming weeks. I don't want to see Omos on TV at all. Omos is awful. He's worse than Braun Strowman. He is worse than Braun Strowman, man. Really. Got some news on KO. He pitched for a match against Shawn Michaels. HBK. WWE is known to book legends in a one-off match. Yep, he's known to book legends in a one-off match. And Shawn Michaels seemed very happy in his current position. HBK is Vice President of Talent Developmental, and he runs NXT. That didn't stop Kevin Owens from trying to get an epic match with the showstopper. Kevin Owens got his dream match against Steve Austin at WrestleMania 38. It seems that he is still trying to check huge names off that bucket list. According to Sean Ross Sapp, behind Fightful's payroll, Kevin Owens obviously pitched to have a match against Shawn Michaels to HBK himself. HBK is very busy right now, so it didn't really work out just yet. It was noted that Michaels told Owens that he has considered wrestling again. Of course, Owens isn't the only superstar who has tried to score a match against the Heartbreak Kid. Says here, and I quote, Michaels told Owens that he'd be lying if he didn't think about doing another match, especially when he saw the kind of match that Steve Austin had with Kevin Owens WrestleMania this year. However, he also said that he doesn't think he should. AJ Styles had also once pitched a match for Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. That got turned down too. Michaels didn't come out for a WWE Crown Jewel tag team match that he told numerous people was the biggest payday of his career. Fightful's Jimmy Van had actually heard the one match number for that was in the neighborhood of $3 million. End quote. We'll have to see how Kevin Owens does. We'll have to see what's next for Kevin Owens. Also, though they might have some massive WrestleMania plans for him next time around. Again, only time will tell if Shawn Michaels ever wrestles again. But if the inch starts to get him, then, well, HBK won't have any trouble finding a ring. What's y'all's take on this situation? Now, Chris Jericho was insisted that Tony Khan hire a Ring of Honor star. So, and by the way, that news on Kevin Owens was your last WWE Wednesday night news. Now I'm going to give you guys your AEW Wednesday night news, which is the one on Chris Jericho. We're going to start with Chris Jericho. And then I have news on Jeff Hardy, pre-trial hearing, as well as a few news on Saraya. But like I said, we're going to start with the one on Chris Jericho. Well, Chris Jericho was insisted that Tony Khan to hire Ring of Honor star. Now, Chris Jericho recently discussed it on his podcast, Talk is Jericho. He claimed that going out there with Bandino and not knowing anything about him was scary because he's such a terrific flyer and has so much power. Jericho added that as Bandino was holding him up for the standing suplex for almost 60 seconds, his head was filling with blood and he was struggling to hold on. It says here, and I quote, going out there with this guy, not knowing anything about him, he's such a great flyer. He has such power. He had me up for the standing suplex, I think, for like 60 seconds. Blood was rushing to my head. I couldn't barely hold on. He was so strong. When he finally brought me down, the people started going nuts. That's when we had them. We did a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I took the Hurricane Run off the apron. I took the jumping backwards moonsault power slam. I took his German suplex off the ropes. It's one of those matches where everything was going too well. I spun his mask around and had him tap out to the walls. And as soon as we got back through the curtain, I said to Tony Khan, we need to sign this guy. That's what we did. it took a while to actually get him to commit. But man, we signed him, and I see big things in the future for Bandito. End quote. Bandito competed in the AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament ahead of AEW Full Gear. He was defeated by Ethan Page at Ring of Honor Final Battle. Chris Jericho lost the Ring of Honor Championship to Claudio Castagnoli. So I guess we'll have to see what he has in store for us next. What do you guys think of this story? There was some news on Jeff Hardy. So apparently, Jeff Hardy is set for a pretrial hearing next week over DUI charges. Jeff Hardy made his AEW debut on the March 9th episode of AEW Dynamite, saving Matt Hardy from an attack by the Andrade family office, just as fans believe they see the Hardy Boys again. Jeff Hardy was supposed, or should I say was suspended. He was suspended from the firm after being arrested for DUI. Pretty much suspended from AEW without pay. According to PW Insider, Jeff Hardy is scheduled for a pretrial hearing in Florida on Wednesday, December 21st at 8:30 a.m. Now, Hardy is obligated to present in court for the hearing. According to court documents, on June 28th, Hardy filed a written not guilty plea with the court. Hardy's attorneys re-announced his right to a speedy trial and asked that a hearing scheduled for this past July be moved back 60 days to help with his defense. Last October, Hardy's scheduled hearing was pushed back, again due to a last-minute motion by his attorney, who stated that Hardy's attorneys recently provided extensive mitigation materials to the counsel for the state. The attorney also noted that the parties required additional time to negotiate a potential pretrial resolution, implying that the two parties are working on a plea deal to avoid a trial. Hardy was in Florida for a signing at the time of his arrest. It was at an Orlando Dave and Buster's for promoter Jason. The night before, Hardy took part in a signing and photo session, as well as an acoustic musical performance. Says here, and I quote, Jeff Hardy slated for a pretrial hearing related to his DUI related charges in Florida next Wednesday, December 21st at 8:30 a.m. Has on court records, Hardy is required to appear before the court for the hearing. Hardy filed a written plea of not guilty filed within the court on, what is that? On June, I think, June the 28th. I think that's what I said. And then it says here that Hardy's attorneys waived his right to a speedy trial and requested a hearing. Originally set for this past July, he pushed back 60 days to assist in his defense. Hardy's scheduled hearing last October was then again pushed back following a last-minute motion from his attorney that noted Hardy's attorneys recently provided extensive mitigation materials in the counsel for the state, and the parties require additional time to negotiate a potential pretrial resolution. So it would appear that the two sides are working on a plea agreement that would prevent a trial. End quote. Guess we'll have to see what pans out for Jeff Hardy. I mean, obviously, this is a very, very bad situation. Only time will tell if a jury will require jail time. Could be a possibility, man. We'll have to find out next week. There's going to be more news on Jeff Hardy next Wednesday. There is. Watch. Now, Saraya says, I got some news on Saraya. She says nobody in WWE trash talks AEW. Now, Saraya, who was formerly known as Paige in WWE, recently spoke to Forbes, saying that WWE wrestlers don't trash talk AEW. In fact, she noted that they were happy to have another place to wrestle when they are released by WWE. She says, and I quote, when I was backstage at WWE, I didn't see people talk crap about AEW. People were just happy that there was another place for people to go when people would go get let go in WWE. We'd be so devastated for people. It would be like someone just died or something like that, said Saraya. Unquote. It's good that wrestlers don't have to limit their options when it comes to promotions they can work for. AEW is certainly good for WWE superstars because we have seen Tony Khan being open to hiring ex-WWE guys several times. Now, the last AEW Wednesday night news is on Saraya again. We got some more news on her. She finally addresses the rumors that Sasha Banks will be her tag team partner in AEW. A couple weeks ago on AEW Dynamite, Saraya, should I say, to find a mystery partner as she challenged her to a tag team match on the January the 11th episode of AEW Dynamite. Since then, fans have been speculating with regard to whom this mystery partner could be. Now, since the news broke out that Sasha Banks will be at Wrestle Kingdom, fans have speculated that the boss, the blueprint standard of WWE, could make a stop in AEW on her way to New Japan Pro Wrestling. During a recent interview with Forbes, Saraya addressed the speculation. She says, and I quote, I feel like anytime there's a mystery, everyone always goes straight for Mercedes, Sasha Banks. They're like, straight away, it's her. There's plenty of women out there. I'm not going to say yes or no to anyone. But there's a lot of exciting prospects for a potential tag partner. Then she goes on to say that I've always said that I would want to work with Sasha again in any capacity because she's a pro in the wrestling side of things. She's such a fantastic athlete. You can't deny her talent. She's fantastic, said Saraya. End quote. As Saraya said, there are lots of women who could team with her besides Sasha Banks. However, I guess we'll have to wait until January the 11th to find out who will team with Saraya against Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. What's y'all's take on this story? Well, folks, that's going to do it for your AEW Wednesday night news. I will be live for NXT at 3 a.m. I'll be live for your NXT review because I didn't get to do it Wednesday because I was tired, and plus I was doing my thumbnail in my background for my AEW Dynamite watch along their review. Trust me, I ain't sleepy yet. I ain't done yet. Got one more review to go live and do. That's NXT. That is where, after the NXT review, I'm going to give you guys your WWE AEW Thursday morning news. We got a lot of Mandy Rose. A lot of Mandy Rose and Vince McMahon news to go. I hope you guys are here for my NXT review by the time 3 a.m. gets here. Now, I'm getting the heck out of here. Hit thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're still on the road to 600. Currently have 510. We had recently got a new subscriber this week. It's good to see that. Let's keep going. Keep on supporting my channel. And let's keep helping me get more views, more subscribers, and more audience in the chat. And most importantly, a thumbs up. With your thumbs up, the comment helps out the channel a lot. You guys don't know how much your overwhelming support means to me. Like, really. I've been through so much in 2021 and 2022 as well. Hopefully next year will be the better year for me. I'm already ready for 2022 to go bye-bye. I'm tired of living in 2022. 2022, 2021 has been nothing but full of deaths in my family. I've had enough of it. Ready for 2023 to get here. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for joining me for my AEW Dynamite review, and I will see you guys in the live chat for your NXT review. Don't forget, 3 a.m. I'll still be up. I won't be going to bed until I'm done reviewing NXT. Hopefully, the internet doesn't do anything stupid like it did the other morning. I don't know who the heck tried to shut the internet. I don't know who the heck tried to hack our darn internet, but that wasn't cool because I wasn't even done giving you guys y'all's Thursday and AEW Wednesday morning news. I wasn't even done. I wasn't even finished. I just had got started at that point. I couldn't believe it. Monday Night Raw review got shut off because of the internet. Ridiculous, man. Anyways, I'm still mad about that too. I really am. That's what happens when people interrupt you, man. When you're trying to review wrestling, when you're trying to go live and watch longs and reviews. So after when you got people that don't care, that be like, oh, that stuff ain't important. Okay, if it's a YouTube channel with 12 people in the chat, yeah, it's important. If my review is live with 30 people in the chat watching, yeah, it's important. Don't tell me that my reviews and watch-alongs are not important. No, they are. My AEW news live streams are too. Every single content I stream produce on the channel is important. Don't sit there and tell me otherwise. I'm getting out of here, guys. I'll see you guys in the live chat for NXT. Later.